So for Matt's vocal, we started off with an EQ.
I'll do that while you
Thank you.
speak about it.
So we had two really big scoops. So one at around 820 hertz, another one around 1.6 kilohertz. So the reason for that is because there was a slight telephony type sound going on. So we took those out and it made it a lot more clear. So here's it without the EQ.
The TV tells us to be scared. We make a difference.
Now I'm gonna
if
add
we
the
care.
EQ in.
We put our lives all up for sale. We get our truth from the Daily Mail. It's madness.
So it takes that sound out of it. Then the next thing we used here was this doubler. So we used it similar way to before, just to give a slight chorusy effect, but this time there was a little bit of delay because it just helped fill it out more, and we thought it sounded pretty good. So this is it without the doubler.
The TV tells us to be scared. We make a difference if we care.
Here it is with the doubler.
The TV tells us to be scared. We make a difference if we care. We put our...
So it makes it sound a lot more like the original track by Nothing But Thieves, because the vocals have got that similar type sound to it. And Harry, would you like to talk us through the compression here?
Okay. We used quite a soft compression on this. It's a ratio of 1.5. If I click play,
The TV tells us to be scared.
it's measuring at about -3 on the gain reduction. To set that, we weren't so sure about the release, so we set quite a long release because we thought that maybe that would hold, just have a more consistent dynamic throughout the song. And then for the attack setting, we closed our eyes and slowly raised the attack until we felt it was quite consistent. I think this was a very good method because it takes, well, I find if I'm looking at a compressor, I'm usually looking for what's happening rather than actually trying to listen for it, and I found this method worked well for listening for that, and I could actually hear what was changing. Feel the same way?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm still learning compression.
Me too, definitely.
Yeah, but I'm at a much lower level than Harry with compression. I understand it a lot less, but when he did this, I could hear the difference with that. So I think that's a really good method, especially like for learning compression too. I'm still, you're still learning too, but I'm really like quite new to it.
No, yeah, there's definitely a lot to be learnt, I think, for myself. There's a doubled vocal track there as well, which has got the same settings on it, and we just muted and unmuted certain parts. I'll put it together so you can hear what phrases are coming out.
The TV tells us to be scared. We make a difference if we care. We put our lives all up for sale. We get...
Just the ends of the phrases to add a bit of interest to the vocal. And all these vocals are being sent to different buses, so the same buses. So this bus 1 here is just our standard reverb. It's got a very fast delay. I'll show you that quick. It's got a 30-second note triplet delay, so it's very, very fast. With a reverb after it. Quite short reverb, 720 milliseconds. Just to remove that slap back delay kind of feel to it and make it blend more nice, just smoothly. The next bus, so the vocals were sent to 3 separate buses. This bus named Year is can't find it now. That's what that was. This was our bus for the bridge, the middle 8 in the song.
Oh yeah.
Set it to a very long delay, 1 bar delay, and we've automated this bus into the middle 8, so it's muted throughout the song until the middle 8 comes in. I'll show you what that sounds like now, actually. Here it is. delay going on behind us as well. Yeah, just a really long delay on that to make it sound all spacious and airy and quite ethereal.
Yeah, that really helped to fill that part out because it is quite. Texture obviously drops down quite a lot in that bit, and it was sounding quite good as it was, but we just thought adding some delay might really help it sound more spacey and just fill it out, and I think it did exactly that, didn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. It's not, that part's not in the original, but we thought it would be a nice little bit of flavour to add to it.
Mm.
And there's also another delay bus that they're sent to, which is a half note delay, with the same reverb settings as the other one, which is about 700 or 800 milliseconds, just to add an extra layer of this vocal performance.
So with Charlie's vocals, we just had a compressor on it and a doubler with the same settings as Matt for just the normal bits, but there's this part which is the shouty bit, and in the pre-production meeting Charlie had the idea of running one or all of them to distortion, so we tried that for this and we were pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
So this is them all without any distortion.
Without distortion, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So wake up! So wake up!
And now this is it with distortion.
So wake up! So wake up!
So in the context of that song, we thought it sounded really good. Adds
Yeah.
a nice bit of aggression in there, and it just makes it a lot more interesting as well, having the distortion in there, because it's not right to the front of the mix, but it's there, so you can still hear it.
Yeah. I'll put it in.
So wake up! So wake up!
Yeah, so we were pretty pleased with that one, really.
Yeah, and it's quite interesting that 'cause we've got 3 tracks of his vocal there. It's got this chorusing effect with the distortion as well, which sounds really cool.
Yeah.
His falsetto, we haven't put anything on that. That's sounded really nice on its own. Don't think it needed any reverb. Otherwise, it would be, I think, lost a little bit.
Yeah.
That's about everything.